Welcome back to the channel, traders. If you are new here, my name is Blessing FX and I break down gold trading in the simplest and the most practical way possible. You don't want to miss any of them, so make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment, like and share this video if you find value in it. Now we are going to go practically on our drawing board here to understand the concept on how to leverage using dynamic operandi, because a lot of people don't know how to leverage. They'll see chances of re-entering trade. They don't know how to do that. So in this video, I'm going to guide you how to do that before we go live into the chart and practically apply what we have learned on the chart. So after getting to know the key concepts of uptrend, downtrend, and so on, as you can see, this is our downtrend, and here I draw this is our uptrend. So for us to get the concept of leveraging, this is our footprint. As you all know, watching my previous video, you're supposed to know this by now. This is our first layer, and now for you to get that concept, you have to know your entry point. For you to know your entry point, you need to know the criteria necessary to get to that point. So first is to wait for it to break this trend, to break your first layer. Immediately the trend break the first layer, what you're going to do is wait for it for the pullback. See, now it retraces up. It retraces up here. After it retraces up, what happens? You pull back down, and then in this point, that's where you're going to spot out your divergent. After spotting out your divergent, for you to spot out your divergent, I made a video on that, so you go back to my video to watch that. So after spotting out your divergent from this point, our divergence should be from this point to this point. After spotting out your divergent, now you know your key entry point. Your key entry point now should be around here. Here, watch this. Your key entry point is supposed to be around here. So you see, this is our entry point. And now we have gotten our entry point. Remember, our entry point is when the trend break the point of interest. Yes. After I break the point of interest, then you check out for your divergent and you enter the trade. So now for us to leverage, I'm going to go on the live chat to teach us on how to do that. For us to leverage, guys, now is to know how to use the divergent very well. The divergent will give you the key guide on how you can leverage. So for you to leverage on this trade, after you see this massive pull up, see something. After you see a massive pull up, what happened? Sometimes the trade will come down and come and respect the trend. This is our trend. It will come down and respect this trend. So for you to be able to see where to leverage and to enter more position is to check out for another divergent. Remember, the divergent is the opposite of what is happening in the trend. So if it is an uptrend, you know it's going to be opposite of what that point is. So for this, it's going to be something like this. I'll show you on the live chat so that you'll be able to get this concept. It's going to be the opposite. So you know now, definitely our divergent will be around from this point here. See, from this point to this point. So in this place, you are going to see the opposite of what is happening, which is the divergent, and that's where you are going to leverage. So for you to leverage, you are going to still put your add more entries here. You add more entries here, and it will give you avenue to keep leveraging. And one thing about leveraging is proper risk management. You need to learn how to properly risk so that you won't lose your account. Same thing here too. You're going to add more position, and you know, after the retracement, that's when you're going to add more position. So immediately you see the retracement and you respect the trend line, you're going to add more position at that point using your divergent. So I'm going to show you on the live chat so you won't be getting confused with this my rough sketch I draw here for us to use to learn before going to the live chat. So when it comes to risk management when trading this strategy, you make sure that your stop loss should be below the previous low. Something like this. Here, this is the previous low for this. This is another previous low. So your stop loss will be below it a little bit so that you won't blow your account. Yes, should be below it here, like this. So for this scale up here, your stop loss should be below it a little bit so that the retracement cost will not go against you. So like this, that's what you're going to do. And you keep doing it using your divergent to confirm it. I'll show you on the chat, live chat, so that you get to see how you can use your divergent properly to see how to leverage when trading this strategy. Now we are on the live chat, and here I'm going to show you how to leverage. So before then, I want you to see how to spot out your footprint and your first layer in case you are new to this video and you don't know how to do that. So this is your footprint, this is your first layer. So looking at this chart here, immediately the first layer was broken. What happened? There was a pullback, there was a retracement, and then there was a pullback. So in this pullback, this is our area of interest where we are going to spot out our divergence and take the trade. So in some circumstance, in our higher time frame, there is no divergence. So you need to go down to the lower time frame and look for your divergence. So in case you do not see your divergence on that time frame, yes, you can go down to the lower time frame to look out for your divergence. So on this trade now here, you see from here to here, if you can look at it, let's check it out. Looking at our divergence, I want to check it out for us so we can see something I want to see. Looking at this trade here now, our divergence is from this point here, around here. So if you can see this trade if you go down to the lower time frame, you see it very clear. You see it very clear at the lower time frame. So if you see around here, this trade was around here, from here to this point. Yes, and this is exactly opposite of what is happening in the market. Yes, what did I mean like that? I told you previously that divergent is opposite of what is happening in the market. So divergent is opposite like this. Here, if you can see the trade here, it was going up. Here, from here to here, it's going up. So that's exactly how to spot out for your divergence. So for you to add more entries, you need to learn this concept of understanding your trend. I keep saying this. You need to understand your trend. So respecting this trend, this is our footprint. Respecting this trend, what happened to price? Price what? Went up and what? Started retracing back down. And what happened here? At this standpoint, this is where you are going to add more trade. This is where you are going to leverage. This is where the concept of leveraging comes in, where you are going to add more position. How are you going to know? Now, remember I talked about knowing your divergence very well. At this point, for you to confirm that you need to add more trade, you need to look out for another divergence. Divergence is from this point, looking at this trade, it's from this point here to this point of interest. So looking at this, see, let me use my trend line so that you'll be able to see it clearly. It's from this point, divergent. Divergent is from this point to this point. Another divergent, you see? So you add more entries, guys. If you keep using this, your trading leveraging will change. Yes, I'm saying this because it's a perfect, simple step of how to leverage. See, you add more position and you see you still pick some pips out of this trade and it keep moving, you keep doing same thing. Yes, guys, as it keep moving, you keep looking for where you see your divergence and you add more trade and add more position. You see a lot of people here at this point here is respecting the trend. You add more position here aside from the initial entry here. This was the initial entry. A lot of traders caught this trade here, and while it was moving, they were adding more position at this point. At this point here, they were adding more position. So as you keep moving, you keep adding more position and keep scaling up your trade. Yes, as it keep moving. So that's how to spot out more entries, keep adding more position, adding more trade as you keep moving and looking for divergence. So the same thing applicable. Let me delete all this so you not be confused on how to go about this. So seeing this trade, you see, it came here and broke another trend. And what happened? You take this trade around here. Yes, from this point to this point. Catch some pips. Guys, this is so interesting. This is so interesting. So you see your divergence around here. Sorry guys. The divergence should be around here. Let me show you. If divergence should be around here. Around here. From this point to this point. And you see, a lot of people could have catch another pips apart from the initial entry that was above there. So you catch more entries from this position to this point here, and you apply proper risk management here. So you see, this trade alone has given you a lot of pips to catch just from here. And you see, you use it to scale up your account. So guys, this is how you keep scaling up your account. As you can see on my charts, it continues like that, and it keep occurring frequently on the chart. So looking at this also, see, immediately there was a break of this trend. You're going to spot your divergence. Your divergence, you spot your divergence, see, from this point to this point. And this was very clean, guys, clean divergent. So for you to keep scaling up and adding more position to leverage, you spot out more divergence to enter more position. Yes, guys. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. See you in my next video. Bye.